Thanks to a lucky find on eBay, I was recently able to get my hands on a Bachmann Branchline Class 03, which personally is probably my favorite class of diesel locomotive, and it has been a struggle trying to find one of these guys, for not a ridiculous price that is. The box the locomotive comes in is appealing to say the least, and as seen here opens from an illustration of the locomotive to the locomotive itself, through a small window that is. And what's even better is the top part features a brief history of the Class 03, as well as another illustration of the model itself. It seems that these would be the highlights of the box, as the sides are honestly kinda boring and mostly pretty bland. But with how beautiful the top part was, I'm honestly willing to let it slide. Now that we've said all that though, let's actually open this thing and take a look at the model ourselves. Okay, now that we actually have this thing outside of the box, I'm honestly impressed with how nice this model actually is. The dark green paint is applied beautifully to the sides and especially the front, which features the classic black and yellow industrial stripes, and overall is extremely well put together. One of my favorite additions is the inclusion of separately fitted details, which can be seen here on the front of the locomotive. Truth be told, even what is molded still looks nice, and this is a locomotive that I'm very happy to actually own. However, this is my first Bachmann Branchline engine, so I don't really have much to compare it to, save for the American Bachmann locomotives, which have been already blown out of the water. This guy even has a figure in his cab. I didn't have to add it myself this time, and that's always a win in my books. So yeah, honestly altogether this model is pretty nice, and definitely one that I'm happy to Yeah, I kinda already customized him. He just still fits perfectly inside of the box. This worked out perfectly. So now that the jig is up, let me explain because I'm sure you have your questions. Most of you all have probably seen the episode Escape, where Mavis, a Class 03, is actually used as one of the other railway engines, but isn't actually another engine. However, in the Railway series illustrations, another diesel can be seen that actually has a greenish tint, and presumably also has the yellow and black industrial stripes. This engine is referred to as the murdering diesel, as when it appears it's actually hunting for steam locomotives. And it turns out this is all where Oliver was hiding, before he actually makes it to the yard. It was these obscure sightings as well as a custom that I would find on Twitter by a modeler known as Tommy New AC Oliver. Be sure to check the link in the description, he does amazing model work. That honestly inspired me to make such a character. Now I'm kinda eating my words here. I totally made fun of a diesel that looked exactly like this in my Day Out with Thomas video, but at least mine fits on the front of it, just saying. Altogether this modification was pretty simple. Using a Bachmann Troublesome Truck number 4 face, which I would very slightly weather, as well as file down so it would fit flush on the back, I would give the model not only its face, but also a headlamp to signify that it was going in the right direction, thus creating my rendition of the murdering diesel. This model technically still isn't complete, as I would like to go back and add not only another lamp to his front area, but definitely one on the back, so technically there is more to be done, but the main aesthetics are pretty much down. It's definitely strange seeing a locomotive with the face predominantly on the back, almost reminding me of a Coldy Fell locomotive, but that's kinda what I was going for, something that definitely stuck out from the rest of the locomotives, and I feel like I've achieved that here, and overall this is a project that I'm proud of. But now that we know what inspired and how I made this guy, let's see how this guy runs. Though truth be told, it's a strange model, this definitely has to be one of my favorites to watch going around the track, and obviously so given it's so different compared to the others. Again, major shout out to Tommy New AC Oliver, as if it wasn't for his model, I would have never been inspired to make my own, and hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing how I went about doing such. Also be sure to stay on the lookout for any updates this guy may receive, as remember, he does have some lamps on the way. I also would go back and add a coupling hook to his supposed front part, so there's definitely more in store for this guy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed taking a look at how I made this model, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.